I mean, that's why I decided for the title of this book, String Virtuosi, right? So
Virtuosi.
they were not only string players, but some of them became really exceptional virtuosi.
Mm.
And I think, I mean, the best example you can find is in the cello players in particular. We have
Mm.
a score of cello players in the early 18th century who became very famous as virtuosi and as pedagogues, actually,
Mm.
because you have, for example, Francesco Alborea, who was perhaps the most famous cello players in Europe in his time. He started in Naples. He went, yes, beautiful. That's a beautiful image of him. He started in Naples. He entered very young in the royal chapel, and then he was called by the emperor to Vienna, and the emperor had to wait years because Alborea didn't want to move from Naples. And finally, probably because he Charles VI gave him a very good salary, he decided to move to Vienna, and there became really probably the cello player of chamber group of Charles VI. We know for sure that he was very much in touch and in confidence almost with the emperor. He was the most esteemed cello players in Austria and Vienna at the time, and in all Europe. There are legends about this cello player and how some changed from moved from viola da gamba to cello because they heard Alborea, Francischiello, they called him, little Francis in Neapolitan, Francischiello. They called him.
How well known is he today?
Alborea is known by certainly by all the cello players.
Okay.
I think is well known, not to the general audience, because unfortunately we have only left thus far. I am always optimist. I only left with two sonatas by him.
Okay.
So he was famous. We have chronicle of his work around Europe and his talent as a performer, but we don't have large testimonies of his production as composer, and this
Mm.
means that we cannot play his music, right? And this
Mm.
makes him a little bit less known. There is always this aspect that, in a sense, I've tried to change the idea that we need to deal with the composers, but actually the performers were as important, if not more important, than the composers. Sometimes they were the same person, by the way, but performers were the ones who transmitted the music around, right? We
Right.
in an era without
Says
radio and internet, etc.
we with that joke, right? That the all actors get everything and the writers are usually in the back. They don't get anything.
Well,
The Scarlatti declared that only an angel in human form could play in such a charming way, and he was praised by Quantz, Benda. So big, huge, big names, very big names. So this is a real giant we're talking
Yes,
about here.
they all talk about Francischiello and his talent and how this was influential for their music. Absolutely.
Was he an orphan?
Um, we don't know.
Okay.
uh, I think that he was I mean, we know that he enrolled in the school, but we are still recovering the full details of his life.